So if you're new to our channel, my name is Chris.
I'm Marianne.
And we have just got back from 5 months backpacking around Central America.
Yeah, absolutely fabulous experience. We visited all the countries in Central America.
We did. We visited every single country, and now we're back in the not so sunny UK. In this video, we're going to share with you our top sites of Nicaragua.
Indeed, and in no particular order, we're going to start off in San Juan del Sur.
San Juan del Sur is located in the southwest corner of Nicaragua and was our first stop when we crossed over from Costa Rica.
Yeah, it's a real party place. We arrived in the middle of the week, so we missed out on the Sunday Fun Day, which it's famous for. And there's a massive surf community as well, so we just chilled out on the beach, had lovely strolls there, beautiful beaches, and then we went on and went via the local buses to Ometepe Island.
Oh, Ometepe, number 2 on our must-see sites of Nicaragua, located on Lake Nicaragua, has 2 volcanoes. One of them is active in the north, Conception, and Madeiras volcano on the southern part of the island is inactive.
When you arrive on the island, you pull into a port called Moyagalpa. It's the centre of the island, but if you're looking for something a lot more peaceful, there are loads of little fincas and beautiful places to stay. We were really lucky. We found a finca on the island which had a tree house. They had beautiful horses coming up onto the beach and to graze on their grass. The lake is freshwater, so it's quite common to see horses just swimming, drinking and bathing in the lake. And there were loads of animals. In fact, the finca owners were so kind, they even had a puppy, which I tended to kidnap most of the time.
And it was an absolute beautiful place to watch the sun setting over the lake in the evening. Like so many places on the island, once you get away from the main town, you have these wonderful views.
Yeah.
We decided to rent a motorbike for the day. It cost only $10 a day. Make sure that you have a motorbike license if you rent a motorbike, or your travel insurance may not cover you should you have a mishap.
So these 2 volcanoes actually have a figure-of-8 road that loops around them.
So we drove all the way around the North Island and were treated to some wonderful views of the Conception volcano. The road over the north side of the island is not paved, so if you do rent a motorbike, just be aware you need a few balancing skills to maneuver the road, but absolutely well worth it. And I think Ometepe gives you that real sort of authentic feel of Nicaragua with horses on the road, there's animals walking around, and it just generally feels like you're in Central America.
Yeah, we had probably about 5 to 10 people a day come up and shake our hand and welcome us to Ometepe. So incredibly friendly, everyone's really welcoming to all the tourists.
So if you do make it onto the island of Ometepe, make sure you visit Hoyo de Agua. These natural pools with crystal clear water is the perfect place to go and relax. Best time to visit the pools is early in the morning, where it's nice and quiet, and we almost had the place to ourselves when we went. And there is a restaurant next to the pools where you can get some refreshments, and it's definitely one of our must-see sites on Ometepe.
There's also a beautiful beach called Playa Santa Cruz. It's on the gap between the 2 islands on the east side. And what a beach. It's just beautiful. If you like your white sandy beaches, that's definitely somewhere to go and hang out.
Yeah, and as you go around the island, there is great wildlife, monkeys and things to see. So the lake is actually a freshwater lake, and you can cool off and swim in the lake. We saw many locals swimming and enjoying this beautiful water. So coming in at number 3 of our must-see sites in Nicaragua is the colonial town of Granada. Located on the northern shore of Lake Nicaragua, this beautiful town will not disappoint.
Absolutely beautiful. We stayed in a place called Hostel Azul, and it was just the perfect base for us. We were able to hang out and get out and see the sights of Granada.
The hostel is located a short walk away from the main square, which is overlooked by a colonial cathedral, and there are churches and things in the town. One of them we decided to climb up. You can go up to the viewing platform for a beautiful aerial view over the town of Granada.
And you can see the lake in the distance as well.
Absolutely. It's a real authentic feeling town with a wonderful market and just a really nice atmosphere as you walk around.
And one of the places to visit when you're in Granada is the Masaya volcano.
You get to actually stand right on the edge of the crater, looking down into the crater itself.
You get the opportunity to go right up and actually look down into where the crater space is, and you get to see beautiful lava just bubbling away with the heat and the colours. Fantastic experience.
Our first lava experience, and a must if you are in Granada.
And as I mentioned earlier, the bus system is really easy to use. So from Granada you can go to the little local bus station, listen out, and there will be bus drivers shouting their next destination. And we went on to Leon, so we were able to get a bus from Granada to Managua, and then from Managua we changed and got another local bus on to Leon.
And that leads us on to number 4 of our must-see sites, is the town of Leon. Leon, known as the university town, is the second largest city in Nicaragua and attracts loads of people to do the famous volcano boarding.
Absolutely. In fact, if you go onto TripAdvisor, which we do in every town we go to, see what the top things to do are, and that is indeed the thing to do. It is to trek up a volcano with a board, put on a jumpsuit and hurtle back down. Hilarious. And the volcano that you hurtle down is called Cerro Negro, and that's just one of a few volcanoes that are dotted around this beautiful city.
Leon also has a lot of history. We did a walking tour around the city, and it has a wonderful market. Again, if you have the opportunity, go check out the markets to get a real feel for local life. And that leads us on to our next must-see site, which is Somoto.
So Somoto, just next to the Honduran border in Nicaragua, it has got so much beauty, but the reason that people go there is because...
Somoto Canyon.
Yeah.
There is the most wonderful canyon with a river running through it, and there's tours that take you down there. We did it in dry season, so the river was actually quite low, but it was still a magnificent experience.
Yeah.
You got to go down the river in rubber rings. We jumped off into the waters, and it was just an absolute fabulous day out.
Yeah, dry season it's a little bit more sedate, but it was wonderful because where the riverbanks were, we were able to walk along, and our guide Juan actually showed us some of the wildlife, the birds, and also just having the nature around. It was lovely.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of our top sites of Nicaragua, and if you want to learn more, we have done lots of videos on Nicaragua, so we will put a link to the playlist above. Until the next time, keep traveling.
And enjoy!
And is a real place, a real happening place. No, that's terrible. Cut.
I managed to find through Airbnb the most beautiful tree house, and there are geese flying over.
It has 2 active, no it doesn't, it has 1 active volcano. Okay, cut.
So as you arrive on the island to Moya Galpa, cut.
known as the university town. It has a university of blah, 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 blah. 3, 2, 1, back in the room.
It's actually in the northern part of Nicaragua, just close to the Honduras border.
And why is it every time you try and do a video that there's some kind of noise, aeroplanes, geese, and now they're cutting the grass behind us?
Yay! But it does look lovely.
It does look lovely.